Here's a quick review of the template cropping and placement exercise that we did in class at the beginning of week 2. So let's take a look. We've got 3 images. They're in a folder, which we'll take a look at in a second. And the very first thing I've always taught you is make sure that you look at the resolution of the target file. And in this case, any template is a target file. So let's go up and take a look. Image size, 8 by 10 by 150. So we're working to 150 pixels per inch. So let's open our first file. And we'll go to this larger sculpture, and it's a JPEG image. We're going to go ahead and open it up. And my computer happens to be set so that we'll take the JPEG image through Camera Raw. If that happens to you on your machine, just click Open Image. Don't make any corrections. Alright, so then I'm going to go up to Window, Arrange, tile all vertically so we can see them both at once. And remember, we're working to 5 by 8 inches. So I'm going to come over here and get this to work. Let's check its resolution. Image size. Now see, it's 180, so that's going to be too big for what we want to match if we crop. So we'll just say OK because we're not changing anything. Now we'll go over to our crop tool, and you'll notice it's already been set to another dimension, so leave it set to inches, but do 5, leaving the inch designator there, by 8. Okay, and let's get a closer look at this guy. Maybe we want to change the crop on this a little bit. Don't have too much leeway here, do we? Alright, that's okay. And when we've got it set, remember, we're over here at 150 now, not 180. Click the check. It'll get large because we've added resolution. And let's double check to see what we had. Image size, 5 by 8 by 150. Perfect. Alright, we want to move it into the template, so remember, hit the V key and hold down Option Shift so you can click and drag it over, and then let go of the mouse before you let go of the keys. And you can see it came in, but it's behind everything. That's no great shakes. We want to move it up so it's just above the big one, the big rectangle that we're working to. And turn the other shapes off so they don't drive you crazy. Alright, for this we can just now use the Transform tool. That's Command T. And you want to maneuver your cursor right up near the corner where you get a double-headed arrow that shows that you can now rotate this. And move it into position. Now it's not going to be perfect, but there's no reason why you can't get real close. And then hit Return. Go ahead then and turn off that template guide layer. And we can go ahead and close this file down. So I'll just close it. It will ask if I want to save it. For now I'm going to say don't save. We got what we needed out of it to put on the template. Let's go do the one that's the square image down in the lower right corner. So I'll turn that on. I'll open up the image that's to go there. So we'll do File, Open, and that's the sculpture heads here. We'll open up this. And once again, two things to make it easier, I think in the beginning especially. Go to Window, Arrange, Tile All Vertically so you can see both things at once. And let's check the resolution level here. Image size, 10 by 14 by 72, so it's all over the place. Remember, we want 150, 4 by 5 by 4 by 5. Okay, so no problem. This would be a mess to try to calculate, put guides in and all kinds of other things. But we've got our friend the crop tool at our disposal, so it's very easy. We'll select the crop tool. Remember, we have to change 4.5. to 150. Okay? But we want to center the heads, so we have to shift our image so the heads are almost out of the left end of the crop there, but just snap right into them. All right? Again, there's the checkbox to confirm with the tool this is what we want. And indeed it is. That's what we get. Let's double check it. In the beginning it doesn't hurt. Image size, 4545, 150, perfect. V for move, Option Shift to center. And of course we're going to tuck this down under so we can look at this. And we still have the move tool, and since we don't have to rotate this, we can just use our arrow keys to touch, just get a touch on it so that it's almost perfect. But at this point we'll also go ahead and delete that layer. We'll close this. Don't save. So as you can see, there's a rhythm to this if we're working with multiple images in one spot. All right, 3.5 by 2. File. Open. And this is that real shiny sculpture. Yep. We're going to use just a very small part of this. Okay. So once again, Window. Oh, I'm sorry. This dropped into Camera Raw. If this happens to you, just hit Open Image. And it'll open back up right away in Photoshop. Okay. Once again, Window, Arrange, Tile All Vertically. We can see 3.5 by 2 inches. So let's take a look and check on, again, the size that we're working from. Image size, 5 by 6 by 180. So we're going to cancel. And we want 3 by 5 by 2. So we're going to select our crop tool again. And edit these numbers. When we don't have to edit the 150 because that's what we're working to. Okay. So now we wanted this little pointed area of the sculpture, if you remember from what we worked from in class. So I'm going to have to go down like this, come back over here, and wind up with something like this. And of course, the highlighted area is what you're going to wind up with over here. Maybe we can do, no, we have to work to the very edge of this image. So that's fine. All right, once again, we go up to our check to confirm with the tool that yes, this is what we want. And again, V to move. Hold down Option Shift, keep them held down until you get your cursor over the target file, then release the mouse and then release the keys. And we'll go ahead and restack these layers so that this is now over top of what we're working to. And nudge it into place. Get rid of the gray templates everywhere, the gray template shapes. And that's it. We'll close this. We don't want to save, just in case we want to come back to it for another reason later. And we'll go up to image, image size. Again, we're at 150. We'll say OK. That was just a double check. And so there we go. Now, we could flatten this image, or we could leave it as a layered Photoshop file. We're not going to print this. It's just an exercise. So we could just go up and do File, Save As, Crop Exercise, but not Template, Finished, like so, and click Save. And that's it.